Hello, and thank you guys so much for coming back to Tea Time. The editor is back again, and this time we're going to talk about the fact that they ruin good shows because they don't let them finish.
Fucking Owl House, Amphibia, rise! But, yeah.
uh,
Sad faces.
yeah, so I think it's really telling the fact that I didn't know that Amphibia had gotten rushed, only because, I'll be completely honest, I hardcore missed it because I was like, what anime is this? I don't think I want to watch it. It seemed a little bit too weird for me.
I'm gonna say this much. If those three cartoons were under the flagship of Cartoon Network, at least I know it at least gets to season 3 at the very least. At the very least! But no! Disney goes like, not making enough profits. The numbers don't show. We're gonna need to have this rush. It's like, no! There were numbers for Owl House. There were numbers for Amphibia. But you know what's the biggest problem? Apparently they just wanted it done. To make room for others. It's like, why?
They wanted to make room
Let
for
them wait.
others?
I don't know what other shows they're bringing in. I just know is that is some blatant bullshit. And I want to hit somebody with a goddamn mallet.
I'm trying to think of anything else that I would want to watch because all I can think of is like the Disney Channel shows like iCarly and stuff. I felt like they got dragged on forever, and I remember
They got super dragged on. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and their numbers were really bad, but then shows that do really good, it's like we've got to let it go. For why?
Like, I feel like if you think about it, I think it's mostly because of the power behind the director. The director behind iCarly produced a shit ton of other shows before iCarly.
He was
So it's
also
like,
a massive creep.
Yeah, feet creep.
If that's your fetish,
But
no shame, but also of all the things to
don't
pick
force it on your
for.
audience. Just don't force it on your audience, for the love of fuck. But then it's like, I watched the whole thing about Dan being like, oh yeah, he made the Amanda Show, which was like 2-3 seasons. He helped make all that. Drake and Josh. It's like, he made a bunch of shows that actually was great. Oh, excuse me. But, because of the fucking power he had, and Zoe 101, because of the power he fucking had making those previous shows, Nickelodeon kept his shit. It's like, what's his name? The guy who made Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom.
Oh, Butch Hartman.
Butch Hartman. That motherfucker had strong staying power because he made one good show and then made another one, and that's why Fairly Odd Parents stayed, even though it's gotten stale as fuck.
Is it still on?
Like, it's still on to this day.
Bro, let it end. Let him stop being 10.
No, they have made him stop being 10. Back when Drake Bell, before his allegations, he was Timmy as an adult, but he was still staying in the 3rd grade. Because of the fact that the rule book states that you have to be either 10 or still at a certain grade. So Timmy stayed in that grade for all the way until his adulthood. While the rest of his friends just grew up and did what they needed to do. Like, the whole thing was just... don't know how to feel about it. They did 3 movies of that, by the way, hella. 3 fucking movies.
But why?
And it's like, okay, I can understand the fact that SpongeBob has some crazy staying power since hold on, I gotta locate this. I need to see how long SpongeBob has been going for. SpongeBob SquarePants. No. I didn't ask for age, I just need SpongeBob seasons. How many has it been so far? 13 seasons! Since 1999, it's had 13 seasons. And yet, it's had 2 spin-offs that we all know the creator of SpongeBob would not have wanted. But the moment he died, Nickelodeon went like, yo, let's jump on this and make some fucking split. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then you can see how the cartoon's behaving because of the fact that the director died. And yet, we got people with, like, again, Rise, Owl House, and all this who have done representation in some really great ways. And yet, they're the ones getting the axe.
It makes...
They're the ones getting fucking chopped because it's like, okay, KO would have had longer seasons. Got cut. Steven Universe, it ended in weird ways, but it ended after 3-4 seasons. And a movie. And yet, we're seeing that as an industry standard to be movies. Because especially with Owl House, the fact that they aired one episode for season 3, and now we gotta wait until the start of next year, hopefully the start of next year, for the next episode. And then we have to wait more time for the episode after that. Which, cool, 40 minutes, you're giving us 2 episodes per each one. Give us everything else! I literally waited until next week thinking, oh, I'm gonna see the next episode. Ooh, I can't wait. Nope. Won't be out till 2023. Why? Who knows? Drag it on a bit? Giving you this nice little tease? No. I don't know what the fuck's going on with companies right now. They dumb. They super dumb. It's like, oh, we listen to the audience. No, you don't. You listen to your fucking goddamn investors. Who are like, oh yeah, no, let's just cut this out because they want to either bring somebody in that they know with a story and they want their show on that. It's like, go to fucking Netflix then. Oh god, that reminds me of another show. Fucking Nick has not responded with the season 3. Fucking Glitch Techs. They left with so many fucking questions, no answers.
I'm really glad that I was able to pick this topic and we were able to talk about it. Yeah, but no, I feel like, because what do you call it? Season 3 of The Owl House, the first episode is, on YouTube. I watched it and I realized something while I was watching it. This is all fine and dandy and stuff, but I feel cheated. Like, really hard I feel cheated.
How so? How do you feel cheated?
Because I feel like, what do you call it? The little snapshot adventures at the beginning of it, about how, Luz and Amity have to come out to her mom, how Hunter had to go through an existential crisis and cut his hair.
Oh, yeah, they did. They rushed through that so fast. Like, why couldn't they, like, let us go through it normally, like, throughout other Owl House episodes? Nope, we're just gonna rush through everything.
Yeah, and I feel like, look, if your main hill that you want to die on is the gays, like, it's not allowed, think of the children, I'm like, I am thinking about the children. The kids, realistically, probably don't give two ding-dong diddly shits of who kisses who on the show. They want to see their show and their favorite characters. That's what they're all about. That's it.
Oh, God.
Kids only pay attention to what they want to pay attention to.
So, okay, so 2 things I just found out. Apparently they haven't canceled the Glitch Techs. They're actually working on season 3. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be 10 episodes. But secondly, I also saw some list of shows that also, I'm like, how the fuck is it still going? Fucking The Loud House was going for, like, literally since 2016, and they got a movie and they're still going. Yet, Star and the Forces of Evil was so good, yet they had the fucking rush of that shit as well.
Star versus the Forces of Evil. I could talk. Star
versus the Forces of Evil.
Star versus the Forces of Evil. Brand new. Star. There we go. Yeah, I feel like that was also really good. Do you actually want to know what the most important thing I noticed as I was watching it was?
What?
Star and Marco at the end, as you know, become, like, the thing. But I was like, while I was watching it, I don't think that's what the creator was really trying to push. I have a feeling the creator was really trying to push the threesome friendship dynamic of they work together as a group really, really well. There's not actually, like, romantic feelings, but I feel like at the end, I might be completely wrong. I'll take the L if I am. They had to shove in the ah, the will they won't they is over. If there was a will they won't they, why don't you guys just finish it for season 1 as, behold, the couple, now let's move on with this shit, we've got stuff to do.
Like, I'm also seeing, like, so many other shows lately that I've been thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, this is good, but there are some that I'm like, don't go over it. Like, a good example for us, the reason I say us is because we both watch this show completely random. Centaur World.
Oh.
That ended on a beautiful note. I hope they don't make more.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like, was the ending a little janky? Kind of, but based on the show that I watched, I can't think of a different ending that would work.
Like, there's so many things that they did right, and I don't want them to bring it back going like, oh, it's a different horse and a different They just united the worlds again.
Ooh.
What the fuck do you mean, you whore?
Can we actually talk about the Nightmare King in Centaur World? Bro.
You mean your first or second video?
My very first music video from the Nightmare King song that got like 800 views in like 2 weeks. Like, guys, please. Yeah, but the Nightmare King, as far as an antagonist goes, they did it so well of setting him up. And then in season 1, when you finally get to meet him, I love that line, even though it's part of the song, where it's like, I don't want visitors in the void. And it's like, my guy, are you good?
Well, you can't blame him for the way he behaved. Like, once you know his backstory, it's like, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's like, they did such a great job with him. Whoever was writing for that character, gold star, cookies and brownie points.
Like, goddamn.
Burger King
Like,
birthday crown.
Birthday crown. Here's your birthday crown. Wear it with pride.
Actually, all of Centaur World is really good, and as much as, again, when I was watching it, I was like, this is kind of a janky ending, and then I was like, actually, I can't think of a better ending for this, because it ends on a really powerful note for that magician lady, who I don't think they named.
They never get named. All they get is Booyashaka.
But yeah, I loved it so much, and then all these other shows, I'm like, guys, why did you kneecap this? It was so good, and we deserve a resolution to this ending.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, you know what actually was dragged out to hell and back, and they really shouldn't have dragged it out? Well, we talked about this the last time. Voltron Legendary Defender. That was dragged out way too long.
Dragged too fucking long. Like, they could have ended it at season 3, but they just had to keep dragging their goddamn balls.
Yeah? I'm trying really hard to think, too. It's like, did we actually get introduced to the villain by season 1, or were we just fucking around in the universe? I forget.
We had a villain in season 1, but they didn't defeat him until I think around season 2. If I remember correctly. Because I remember when we worked in the call center, and we actually had, we were okay to watch Netflix videos.
Because we were on the chat team.
Yeah, we were on the chat team. I caught up on Voltron. I put my earbuds in, had one ear in and the other one uncovered, and just fucking worked. And I caught up to Voltron so fast, and then I watched so many shit. Like, that's the only reason I was able to catch up to Voltron. And yet,
that's also where we started watching the Dragon Prince too. So for the record, when we worked in the call center, we at first started out next to each other, and like really cultivated the friendship hard. And then we got moved to chat team, and then we were put. He was in front of me, I was behind him, and because of how the desks were set up, I could literally sit sideways in my seat and watch over his shoulder Netflix, which he knew about, and we would watch the same Netflix shows, and sometimes I would lean in my chair and, like, give his a kick to be like, put it on pause, I gotta answer a ticket, and he would.
Yeah, why? Don't leave the homies behind. Don't leave homies behind. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna watch it now. No.
Yeah, so that's another thing that I think got gypped really hard. Dragon Prince. Oh, that was so good, and they've just left it on an infinite cliffhanger.
Thanks, Actually, hold on. Let me check on Dragon Prince while you keep talking about it, because that is one of the other shows that showed up.
Well, supposedly there's another season coming. Don't quote me on that. Like, the internet lies to you all the time. But supposedly there's another season coming. I'm like,
The show has been renewed for 3 additional seasons.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, apparently they're having a 3-year hiatus. So after season 4 premieres on the 3rd this year, it will take a 3-year hiatus.
It's gonna take another hiatus?
They're taking a 3-year hiatus. No, so pretty much, season 4 is coming out this next month. Like literally coming out this Thursday for you.
Oh, nice.
And that's gonna right there is gonna be 9 episodes, and then they still have 3 more seasons to go, and that should be the end of it. But they're going to be taking a 3-year hiatus after season 4.
But why? We just got back from a hiatus.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just apparently that's how they work.
Bro, I'm getting more flashbacks to the Steven Universe hiatuses.
Fair.
So for the record, me and Celestial knew about Steven Universe and we knew about the hiatuses, but we were not hardcore viewers of this. We would come in and out like a dad that went to go get milk all the time on it. And then we finally got around to for real watching it, and we're like, huh, okay.
Oh god. There was actually, I remember watching the weird DreamWorks fucking Dragons on freaking Netflix for a while. Like, it was good, but then I just got so bored of it so fast.
Like the How to Train Your Dragon spin-off series Dragons?
Yeah, Dragons, yeah, that one.
Oh, that one was... And hear me out on this, right? I liked 1 and I liked 2. I feel like they should have stopped there. We don't need more.
But I feel like they wanted to spill more exposition for, like, the series. For some there were some unanswered questions, but the movies did a better job, not gonna lie. Cause sure, when you watch the movie after the first, like, pretty much, the series came out after the second How to Train Your Dragon. That's when it came out.
Yeah.
And when it's pretty much, like, between the time of that and before the third.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like How to Train Your Dragon should not have had a third movie. Not to say that it wasn't good, it's just, we really didn't need any more. Like, we got everything we needed. This is like the reboot of Aladdin for me. We didn't need it. we had oversaturated the market on it. And I don't mean to be like, no, I will, because Disney has enough money for me to hurt their fee-fees and not feel bad about it. You guys as writers for these reboots are so fucking boring. Oh. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like, yeah, the Owl House, I've only just now started to watch Amphibia. It's actually pretty good. Like, I'm super late to this party. Like, I didn't even show up with Starbucks as an excuse late to this party.
Well, you came late, but at least you get to binge the whole thing and not wait for the next episode.
Yeah, I think the only thing I really realistically was like, whoa, wait, was the introduction of these power crystal MacGyver doodads? MacGyver doodads is not a thing. It's a made-up word. I was like, huh. I was like, okay, I guess so. But it also feels so rushed in, like you guys were scrapped for time, weren't you?
They like, there was a lot of stuff that was rushed. Like, I feel like the story didn't get to be etched out the way it should have because of it, but
Well, that's like Rise of the TMNT, which we talked about last time.
Which, by the way, oh, actually, hold on, you keep going. I want to do another bit of quick research.
Okay. Well, that's like we were talking about last time, how Rise of the TMNT was realistically hardcore robbed of everything that it should have been, because they rushed to the production of it, number one. Number two, they put it in a time slot that most people were either asleep for because they just weren't awake, or this was the I just got home from night shift crew, which are already tired. So they put it in such a horrible spot. And then on top of it, it's like, we're gonna fill up everything last minute with one movie on Netflix, and then never announce that it's on there. The only reason I watched it was because you told me about it, and I was looking for it.
No, it's just, here's the thing. No, they did announce it. It's just that it took 2 years
Ew,
to
gross.
finally come out. And most of us who actually watch TMNT actually, like, here's the other thing. I hate to say this, but I feel like Seth Rogen might have been the reason why TMNT got why Rise got pushed out.
Really? What did he do?
He's making his own TMNT.
Oh.
He's making his own TMNT movie right now. Because I feel like after the fact that the CGI Turtles got finished, and then they didn't even wait a whole year since that finished to start Rise. It's like, I'm just like, They usually give these turtles like 4 or 5 seasons to give it some breathing room to like spread their story. But y'all didn't even give Rise that much time. What the fuck?
Yeah?
And then it's like, literally before the movie even came out for Rise, already announced Seth Rogen TMNT.
Dude, just... I'm gonna be completely honest. I have nothing against Seth Rogen. I really don't. I can't think of anything I particularly like him in, and that I want to see more of him in. I can't.
I've been seeing him do a lot of cameos lately. Not gonna lie.
I take that back, actually. There is exactly one thing that I like him in, but that's only because I like everybody else in the movie, not him specifically. Paul, where he's the alien, I think that's the only movie that I specifically remember him in, because his voice clued me in.
What the fuck?
It's the only one I watched, don't be mad.
No, not that. I just found an article, I don't know if it's true or not, from the 23rd of August of this year.
Uh-huh.
The part that caught my eye was, however, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was never officially canceled, only paused.
Sounds like some bullshit.
I feel like that's somebody just trying to fucking clickbait right there.
Yeah?
What? Because this is what happens when you need to do more research. Like, that's the other thing that actually pisses me off about some of these TV networks, like Disney and Nickelodeon. They don't promote their shit like they need to. Like, when the toys came out, I didn't even know about it. I didn't know about it until after I heard about the cancellation.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like they put the turtle, like, I swear, I feel like they put this to fail. Wherever they put the turtles in, they aimed for the Ninja Turtles to fail.
But it was such a good show. This is basically us talking about fucking TMNT again, but I really kind of don't care. It's my channel. We can talk about whatever the hell we want.
Oh no, we'll get back to the Owl House. I got some more stuff to talk about that.
You want to know what I love the most about Owl House is the fact that Luce is hardcore Hispanic. Like, they don't even try to pull the punches.
She's Dominican Puerto Rican.
Which I was like, oh my god, they actually put a Hispanic girl as the main character? I'm so excited.
You know what's funny? As a fellow Dominican, the fact that she's Dominican Puerto Rican, it's like, wow, you gotta put both of the fucking House of Slytherin and fucking Gryffindor in one girl, huh? Damn.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, I kid you not, Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, they do not like people mislabeling them as the other. Cause like, you wanna get on a freaking Platano's bad side, you call him a Puerto Rican. You wanna get on a Puerto Rican's bad side, you call him a freaking Platano or a Dominican. There you go, that's it. You got him mad.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh yeah, Luz, she's both Puerto Rican and Dominican, because she's Dominican from her mother's side, Puerto Rican on her father's side. It's like, what the que de casa de mierda? That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's the reason why while I was watching The Owl House, I giggled really hard is because I was like, oh, a Hispanic girl is the main character. I'm super down for it. But then the fact that she's such a fucking nerd, I was like, I feel so seen, and I'm so happy.
The even funnier thing is like it's like you see Amphibia, uh, and it's an Asian girl. She's Taiwanese, or was she Philippine? I can't remember, but I know that.
I think
Oh,
she's
no,
Cambodian.
Taiwanese.
Okay, I was like, I think Cambodian, but I
Hold
might be wrong.
on. Amphibia. Let's see. Thailand. Nope, Thailand.
Nice.
So pretty much the main character was from Thailand. Well, her family's from Thailand. And then we have Luz, who's a Hispanic. From two different houses of Hispanic. From rival houses of Hispanic.
And never shall the two meet. Joke's on you, they did. They had a kid.
So, besides that, the fact that those two shows, and then you have April, who I believe she's not only black, she's something else. But we're not quoting me on that. But, and yet you have all these people of color in these shows, and yet they're the ones getting fucking hit with the wrench of, yeah, no, we're stopping. Rush it. Finish it up.
I don't want to assign anything to anybody,
Conspiracy?
but maybe it just sounds a little bit racist. Just a little bit, but what do I know, right?
I'll never know until it's proven wrong. Prove me wrong, Disney. Though I still hate the fact that you're making us wait fucking hella long just to have fucking the end of season 3. You're like spreading the butter in the worst way possible.
It's like they've got exactly one thin, like, veneer of butter spread thickly and thinly over an extra large pancake. Like, my guys, please.
That's just how it is. It's just fucking evil.
I kind of... you want to know what I actually really liked the most about the Owl House? Is, even though we don't really get to spend too long deep diving into it, I love the fact that Hunter starts out his journey as a very, very loyal, like, Golden Guard until they pull the rug out from underneath you of, he's not loyal, he's scared. There is a big difference.
It's just not that he's scared of disappointing. He's like every other person who's like loyal to somebody to a fault. They're the only thing they're afraid of is disappointing the person they're with. Which is kind of manipulative in my sense, because it's like, why you gotta worry about that? Don't worry. You safe. You good. You're doing a great job. That's all they want to hear is that you're doing a great job. They just want to hear something good from the person that they actually hold in high regard.
That is very true. Actually, I remember talking to somebody who didn't watch The Owl House about The Owl House, and they actually asked me, it's like, these are like 20-year-olds, right? And I looked at them and I was like, they're like 14, 15 at the most, maybe. They're teenagers. They were like, why do they keep putting these kids under so much stress? And I was like, I'll get back to you when I have an answer for that. Why do they put these kids under so much stress?
That's one thing I've actually learned just by living is, regardless of the age, we all are going to go through the stages of life differently than what our parents went through. And because depending on the generation, regardless of the generation, it's always going to be harder for every new one. Because compared to us, we already lived it. Any new generation kid is going to find what they're going through right now more difficult than it was before.
Yeah?
Like, we can try our best to make it easier, but it's never going to be easy. It's going to be hard regardless.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why. What is that quote from Night Vale? Ah, there it is. In the podcast, Welcome to Night Vale, the broadcast announcer Cecil makes the point. It's like, when you're yelling at a teenager, you're not yelling at them. You're yelling at a younger version of you that you see in them, because if you could go back in time and stop yourself from making the mistakes they're remaking, you wouldn't be making that mistake because you know better now. And it's like, ooh, regret is a hell of a drug. Why am I yelling at you?
The regret is a hell of a drug. But then again, some of us still do it regardless. Like, hell, there are some times when I was a kid I regret a couple things, but I did the same thing more than once. Broke my arm 3 times for the love of fuck. Same freaking arm too.
So that's like my cousin, right? He's significantly older than me when this story takes place. He was like 27, 28. I was 5. So that's the age gap between me and this cousin. This is a story that is told often at family reunions. He went skateboarding with his friends, and he broke his arm. He broke his arm near his elbow. Now, it was obviously very broken. The bone was trying to push out through the skin. Supposedly, he just looked at his friend, told him, "Here, can you hold my arm so I can get a good look at it?" While his friend was holding it, he snapped it back into place and then used duct tape to, like, keep it where it was. And he called it good. He didn't even go to the hospital. That was his moment of, I fixed it. Like, dude.
That was his ghetto moment. I fixed it. We don't need to go to a doctor.
No.
Pay fucking all this money just to do something I could have done for free and some duct tape.
Right, but the thing was, when he finally got around to going to a doctor a couple weeks later after his girlfriend, now wife, bitched him enough, the doctor was like, "You're really lucky that you actually didn't break it doing this, because you could have irrevocably hurt your elbow." And his response to this was, "It was fine, I had it under control." Sir.
Okay, nah, not gonna lie. So he just dislocated his fucking arm, his fucking funny bone, his humerus, from his elbow, and he just relocated it.
Legitimately, and it's one of those moments where it's like, I'm kind of glad I have no memory of this cousin when he was 28 and stupid. But the funny thing about it is, when you were talking about the same mistake 3 times, he broke this same arm 5 different times and did it the exact same way every single time, to the point where when the doctor would finally get around to him, he would just be like, "Why do you even bother to come in if you're not even gonna bother to listen to me?"
Why do you even come in here? You just want to spend your insurance money on this fucking crap?
I giggled about it really bad, because by the time I got talking to him about this, obviously, because of the age gap, I'm now in my early 20s when this happened, and this is the story being retold to me. I looked at him and I was like, "Do you ever think maybe that specifically is why women live longer than men? Because we just don't have the forethought to be this stupid 5 different times?"
No, we just want to die sooner because of the women we're with.
No, he looked at me, he goes, "Did you ever stop to think that girls are just not allowed to be as wild as boys because we have socially conditioned you to not be as wild?" And I was like, damn,
That's true.
I got clapped back so hard. I wasn't even disappointed. I was like, damn, he's right.
Like, it's a weird thing because I have more bodily injuries than my sister does right now. But because she's seen how I've gotten most of them, she knows what to do for my nephew, which right now he has 0 broken bones and 0 cuts and scars. Which I'm glad. I don't want him to go through it. Sure, he doesn't have a cool stories like I do, but
realistically,
hey.
Rudy, I feel like me and you, our depravity moments actually aren't depravity, because if you actually take out the moment and put it into the whole story, it's just some generic fuckboy shit that we we didn't get in trouble for.
Like, not gonna lie, like, when I was, the first time I broke my arm, funny enough, it was because I was on a skateboard. The problem was, it was in New York, and New York, there's a bunch of uphills, and I did it from the top of the hill. So, I rode the skateboard because my cousin Lorenzo thought, "Hey, why don't you learn how to skateboard?" And I'm like, "Oh, sure." I get on the board, this motherfucker pushed me from the top of this fucking incline of our street. I don't know how I managed to miss everything, but you don't know what stopped me, Hella? You know what stopped me?
A pothole?
Nope, a motherfucking blue mailbox.
God bless the
What
U.S.
is it
Postal Service.
that motherfucker, I hit that bitch so hard
No, kitty.
that the skateboard under my foot went out into oncoming traffic and survived. By the way, didn't break. It made it. Got to the park that was weirdly enough as an intersection.
No.
But I broke my arm. Was on the ground. My cousin finally gets there, and all I remember was this one girl who was wearing like this like cream yellow shirt, looking at me, feeling pity. And I get up, going, like, I'm okay, and I'm like, ow, why does it hurt to move this arm? Didn't know I had a broken arm. My mom comes back from Dominican Republic literally the next day. You know what I did? I ate 2 bowls of fucking Apple Jacks, not moving my dominant arm. By the way, my right arm is my dominant. And we get to the hospital, my mom is prepping me for some bullshit by lying to me, saying, oh, you broke your arm, well, they have to cut it off.
No.
Now, what, you think it's smart telling an 8-year-old that he's not gonna have his right arm anymore?
No, but your mom did it anyway.
No, she did it anyways. Got to the doctor. I'm sitting there sweating bullets.
Don't take my arm, sir. I need it.
No, oh no. You don't understand what happened. We get there. I'm sitting there sweating cold bullets. This female doctor walks in. She didn't get 3 words in, and I vomited on top of her and fainted. My mom laughed her ass off, explained to the doctor what happened. The doctor was not happy with her. My mom paid for the dry cleaning.
As she should.
But, yeah, and all I got was a slink. That's just how my life was. And I like how we just went from TV shows to just injuries so fucking fast.
So I remember I broke my arm because I was rollerblading. Also, as a child, I broke my non-dominant arm. But instead of my mom telling me, you know, they're gonna take the arm, I went to my dad and I was like, my arm doesn't feel good. He took me to the doctor and I saw the x-ray machine and I busted out crying and he's like, what's wrong? I was like, you're gonna make me into a baked potato by putting me under the microwave. Then he just, God bless him, he just looked at me, he goes, it's just gonna take a picture. That's all it's gonna do. It's not gonna microwave you. I was like, look at how big it is. It's a human-sized microwave. I also was like 8 at this time. So I ran this gamut of it was true, and he's like, if I prove to you it won't cook you, will you get in? And I was like, yeah. He had to get his own arm x-rayed, and the doctor was so nice, she let him get his own arm x-rayed to prove to me that it wasn't a microwave that's gonna cook him alive. And then I got, like, a Tylenol and a Jell-O cup at the end of it, and I was like, ah, sweet. Like, I feel like my theme song should be, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. Like, that should be my theme song, because I've done some incredibly stupid stuff in my life.
Yeah, so have I.
But, yeah, I feel like in the Owl House 2, there were a lot of side characters that probably should have gotten more screen time than they didn't. Like, the mean rugby girl in school with the third eye. I don't remember her name.
Rugby girl, I don't remember either. Oh, Francesca?
We're just gonna name them after cheeses? Sure, Francesca.
Hold on. I have the Owl House thing right here. Basha?
Basha? Yeah, okay. Basha. I feel like they had more planned out for her as far as character development goes, and they just never got around to it, because she's pretty dominant in, I'm not gonna say most of the series, but in a couple episodes, she's predominantly the new bully girl when Amity moves out of that role.
Yeah, she is. Like, she goes hard on that bully role.
Okay.
Like, goddamn, girl, calm yourself. Open your third eye. Oh, it's already open. Open your fourth eye. And look at the stupidity that you're causing.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, as far as the couples go, I love the fact that Amity and Luz are a thing, and I love the fact that Hunter and Willow are a thing, because Hunter and Luz are basically...
Well, Hunter and And Willow, we don't. It's not official. It's just been put into comics.
Let me have my headcanon. Let me have it. That's all I have left.
Let me have the cannon that gives me head. Stay away.
Badooch. But yeah, I feel like Hunter and Luz, from a writing standpoint, are opposite sides of the same coin. Because Hunter, it's stated specifically in the series, he can't do magic. The magic he gets is from the staff, which was gifted to him by the main bad guy. So it's one of those, it's not even really your magic. Luz also doesn't have magic, but she's learning it the super hard way of how it was originally done. Let me draw my alchemy circles and shit on pieces of paper.
Alchemy circle paper. Toilet paper.
But it is, and it's like, while I was watching it, I was like, I feel like Hunter and Luz are opposite sides of the same coin, because they're gonna get to the same realization about something here in a minute. And I feel like we're getting gypped so hard on this revelation, because they're speedrunning the last little bit of it.
Yep. I just, like, I'll be honest, I thought that was the opening when I saw the first episode of Season 3. And then when I looked at it a bit more, I was like, what the fuck? Why is this a thing? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why?
Even
I'm about to slap 10 shades of shit out of you. Why?
because you're not allowed to have nice things. Ooh. And it's just, it makes me really mad that, like, these were really good shows. These were incredibly good shows. And now, because of some bull honky that I honestly can't even pretend to care about, we're not gonna get the resolution we feel we should have.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show. Home of the good show. Can we take your show? Yeah, you already took my show. You're not giving us more!
Well, if Disney's gonna make way for something stupid again, like another iCarly or whatever, I'm just gonna completely lose it, because I'm like, I don't care about these kinds of shows. They're actually really boring when you get deep down to the root of it.
It aggravates me how these companies only do this because of Like, I'm curious about the investors themselves. I feel like they're only in it, like, well, no duh, they're only in it for the fucking money. It's fucking, they're dumb. They're goddamn dumb.
Yeah, they are super.
But,
It's just not fun. Here, I'm trying to think of shows that were live action that I actually kind of really liked. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody is one.
That got fucking hit with a spin-off that continued off from the original, and then ended it off of the spin-off.
But the spin-off wasn't good. That's why I didn't watch it.
Yeah, the whole thing is Sweet Life on Cruise, something. Like, they were on a boat, and that's how they graduated from high school.
Which seems
they spent
weird.
the rest of their whole high school years on a boat.
Yeah, That's So Raven, I liked that one. Only because they went hard on the shenanigans. And I can appreciate that.
So, That's So Raven, liked it for the first 3 seasons, stopped after that. I think it was around after the second Cheetah Girl movie, that's when I stopped watching That's So Raven.
Yeah, the Cheetah Girl movies were an entirely different breed of what the hell am I watching?
You're telling me. Another show I remember. Oh god, you wanna know one Nick show I know that I know full well not a lot of people will remember, but it just disappeared from the public eye?
Huh.
Taina.
I've never even heard of it.
Taina was a live-action show that Nickelodeon they were producing about a Hispanic girl in her teenage years who wants to be a singer, but is very shy about it and doing it in public. And then you go through her life with her Hispanic family in New York. And it's like, oh, cool. Hold on, let me see how many seasons Taina even got. I don't even know if I can even spell Taina, let alone fucking be saying it. Hold on. Come on, you bitch! Yeah, Taina. Okay, I spelled it right the first time. Hold on, let me. It went from 2001 to 2002, so it only had 2 seasons, 26 episodes.
Huh.
And it was a 15-year-old girl, Taina Morales, dreams of being a singer and actor, and must juggle family values and friends while attending the Manhattan School for Performing Arts.
Huh.
That was literally what that show was. And again, you just proved a point to me that no one has even heard or even remember Taina. And yet, to me, that show is still in my head because me and my sister used to watch that at home while eating dinner in front of the TV in our beanie chairs.
The beanie chairs have made a resurgence. It is to be so. Actually, you know what? I was just thinking about other shows from live action that I watched. Wizards of Waverly Place is another one.
Yeah, that's another one that ended because of the movie. That was just like it got killed by the movie because they wanted to end it in a big way. They did. There you go. Because they kept telling you, oh yeah, when you turn at once, right before everybody can be a wizard. I mean, only one child can be a wizard out of a family. And so the older brother, Selena Gomez, and then the younger brother had to fucking go through this whole fucking weird tournament to decide who gets to keep their magic powers while the other two don't. Spoiler alerts, they gave it to the little brother because Selena Gomez knew what she wanted to do with her life and didn't want magic, even though she abused the living fuck out of it. The older brother didn't want to keep the magic because he's like, I have everything else in my mind already well. I don't need magic for it. And so they were like, yo, we feel bad for our little brother. He's the youngest out of us all. He still has a lot more growing to do. He's going to need the magic more than us. So, yeah, you have the magic, buddy.
Which is just a really contrived way of trying to pit siblings against each other. I'm sorry, I feel like it's magic. Does it actually give a shit who has it?
No, it's not. It's not that who cares who has it. It's just the fact that the council, the organization for the wizards, only allow one person per family to have magic.
That
So
seems
pretty
dumb.
much the mom and dad, whoever has the magic, they can have the magic. But with one child per family can only have magic.
That's dumb.
All 3 of them had magic, so they had to take away 2 of their magics.
Yeah, no,
Exactly, phone.
it's dumb.
It is dumb, and it's just how it went.
It makes... If there was a better reason than these council of old men say it shall be so, you can have one of these, middle finger, just for you, wrapped in a bow and doused in glitter, that's for you. It makes no sense. Like, is there an overpopulation of magic users? No? Then why is there a limitation? It makes no sense. Yeah, I think those are the only ones, but I cannot for the life of me realistically remember any other live action shows from Disney or Nickelodeon that I watched and I cared about. You know what, actually one show that went on way too long, and I know when I tell you it, you're gonna get like, why would you bring up this horrible memory? Hello? Rudy, can you hear me? If you're talking, I can't hear you.